Hello, everybody. I'm Miguel Escobar. And for those of you who don't know me, I love kiwis. And I know when I say kiwi, the first thing that comes to a lot of people's mind is the small little brown fuzzy fruit that's green on the inside. But in fact, when I say kiwi, I'm actually talking about the small flightless brown bird that's native to the country, which I will be presenting today. And that country is New Zealand. And the reason why I chose New Zealand is that I feel that there's a sort of familiarity when it comes to the country in comparison to the States. So I'm going to be talking about New Zealand's culture by first talking about the general information of the country, then leading into some facts about the cultural norms of the New Zealanders, finally leading into the context around the cultural norms. So starting off, when it comes to the country is actually found in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. The language spoken within the country is English and Maori, Maori being a language that's spoken by the indigenous people of the nation, and the currency of the nation is the New Zealand dollar, NZD. The system of governance within the nation is a constitutional monarchy within a parliamentary system of governing, meaning that the people who are still in charge of the nation are in fact the queen all the way back in Britain, since the nation is still considered to be a part of the Commonwealth. And yes, there's still a voting system in terms of putting people who run the country into positions of power in order to allow the government to continue running. When it comes to cultural norms, the people find it very difficult to say no. They do this in order to avoid rocking the boat or having any conflict with other people. The people are very outgoing. However, don't allow this outgoingness to fool you. The people of the nation are still, they still value their privacy. The people of New Zealand also have a relaxed view towards invitations, sometimes not even showing up at all, despite the fact that they do accept an invitation to a get together or a party or what have you. When it comes to the way that people dress, there is no specific national dress within the nation, but the Maori people do have their own style of clothing, traditional clothing, which is very specific to the country. When it comes to the delicacy of the nation and their dishes that they create, they do incorporate a lot of seafood, tropical produce, and what's very common and well known for the nation when it comes to food is that they also have Maori dishes from the uh, indigenous tribe. When it comes to pastimes, the New Zealanders value rugby, being a very aggressive sport that's very popular outside of the United States, as well as hiking. Hiking being very, very, very common within the nation, considering that they have very unique environmental landscapes, which people tend to explore and just take in whenever they can. When it comes to holidays, they celebrate Watangi Day, which lands on February 6th. And what this day celebrates is the treaty between the Maori people uh, and the colonizers. Religion. Most of the people there are Christian. A lot of people are non-identifying when it comes to religion, and a lot of people do also identify with some Far East religions such as Buddhism and Hinduism. The people of the nation are individualistic. They are indirect in terms of communication, again, to not rock the boat. They are lax towards time orientation, meaning that, again, they may not show up at all to an invitation to a party that they have accepted, or they show up relatively late, not on time. They value the arts and forms of expression. And when it comes to communication, they do maintain eye contact. However, the Maori people, they do not recommend too much eye contact since that's seen as a form of disrespect. They don't really partake in too much physical contact when communicating with one another face to face, and they do like having their space, at least an arm's length away from one another. And now talking about some of the contextual things, there is a low power distance when it comes to business settings, meaning that with whether or not it's a boss or somebody who is beneath them, they will work together and try to meet a goal as effectively as possible. In terms of gender norms, there's no true gender norms. People try to do whatever they can in terms of to succeed, considering the fact that they all have equal opportunity to do so. when it comes to negative stereotypes, Aucklanders are viewed as snooty. These are the people of Auckland, and one of the positive stereotypes being uh, that the environment of New Zealand is 100% pure. However, New Zealand isn't perfect. They still have pollution as well. Real quick, some fun facts. There's 43 million sheep in the nation. The kiwi fruit is actually named after the bird from New Zealand. While also women's suffrage have first happened in New Zealand in 1893, with New Zealand being the first country to have women's suffrage. So New Zealand, it's a very unique nation. It's very different in some key aspects compared to the United States. Don't mistake them for what we are. They have their own music culture. They communicate rather differently. They are individualistic. However, they do value peace among one another and just having a nice time, enjoying their little island country. Again, here are my references to look back at. And thank you.